tonight. The long, expensive legal battle to keep the Vermont Yankee nuclear power plant open spilled over to a federal appeals court today.
Despite losing round one, Vermont's lawyers are not giving up the fight, and a lot of other states are watching this closely. News Channel 5's Stuart Ledbetter gets our coverage started tonight from New York City.
Almost a year to the day after a trial judge struck down most of Vermont's authority to regulate the Vermont Yankee nuclear plant, lawyers for the state won their expedited appeal. It took place here at the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in Lower Manhattan in a wood-paneled courtroom where there were no empty seats. But this time, Vermont had a top federal appeals lawyer named David Frederick to make its case. In rapid-fire arguments, each side only got 20 minutes, Frederick said the lower court had made a big mistake, throwing out the Vermont law that gave the legislature a say in how long Yankee operates. But Entergy said it was clear from a handful of lawmakers caught on tape that Montpelier was really motivated by fears over nuclear safety, which only the feds can consider, even if the final law passed didn't say that.
What we argued very strongly today was that the controlling precedent here is the U.S. Supreme Court in a nuclear power case out of California, where the U.S. Supreme Court said we're not going to do what Judge Murtha did, is to go into the weeds of the legislative history, and we're going to defer to this separate but equal branch of government.
And we think it went very well. I think our attorney did a very good job of differentiating the arguments, especially the very important point that the other reasons why Vermont might think shutting down Vermont makes sense just weren't plausible.
The appeals panel asked a lot of questions, which the state took as a positive sign. Afterward, Entergy lawyer Kathleen Sullivan left without comment. The judges acknowledged this is a complex case, and there was no indication how quickly the panel might rule. But it is often a matter of months. At the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York, Stuart Ledbetter, News Channel 5.
Coming up at 6, much more on Vermont Yankees appeal, and we also will hear from a legal expert. And stay with News Channel 5 for continuing coverage of Vermont Yankee on air and online. We have been all over this story. You can catch up by looking at a timeline and reading past stories on our website, WPTZ.com.
Vermont Governor Peter Shumlin is weighing in on the Vermont Yankee appeal case.
Yeah, here's what he had to say.
But obviously, we wouldn't be appealing this case if we knew it wasn't important to Vermont taxpayers. And we felt that the decision by Judge Murtha was wrong on a number of levels, so we're confident that the court will obviously rule in our favor.